This is Wednesday. This is our Bible study day. This is dealing with mercurial energy, Mercury. We also want to say salutation to my padrino, and to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in the E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Edges. To each and one of you that are being notified that I am live. If this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. The ATRs are the African traditional religion by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys that are in the church, that are practicing the ATRs, and those have left the church and are practicing the ATR but church influence. I want to, what's up, my boat ass in the house? My Pisces first, and then I got Mother Susan in the house, my Gemini, mother of the church. And what's up there? And thank you for both for trusting me in all your spiritual needs. And let me tell you something. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for the tribe and all those that participate in these ceremonies and the incense burn, the candles, the because you guys give me an opportunity to show my stuff. And I really, really appreciate your love of trust. My Stormy, my Sagittarius from Detroit, love you. And let me say this. It is good that you have elders and leadership that don't mind being corrected, being reminded. Let me tell y'all something. It is a blessing. People are so busy trying to be right, even though they wrong. Even if they fall short of the glory, they still don't admit within role or oversight. And I love the interaction. Not only that I have my sons, but also my interaction with my tribe and my clients. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very, very grateful. What's up, my Shamari, Sasha Fierce, Cancer in the house? Where the hell is my Monique Fofo? Anyway, where that trick is. And what that reminds me of, speaking of trick, where's Tree Ronda? Aries. I ain't judging them because I'm a trick too. I'm an anointed trick. I'm a trick or treat. That's right. Depending on how you handling me, you may get one or the other. All right. All right. So I want to say thank you for this Bible study. I'm not going to be on. Thank you for as you come in these lives. Please hit the like button. We will greatly help you. And you help me. I want to say thank you and welcome to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. I am going to Miami when I get off this live. I'm getting the rest of our ceremony for Ligba. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. My first of all, to my Padrino, to my Oba, and to each and every one of you guys that assist me in this. What's up, my jelly sweet? I say it oftentimes for my jelly sweets, my Gemini, but I always call her Jam. And Mother Susan was talking to me today. She had wanted something off my counter. I thought it was jelly, but she said, "No, Apostle, that's jam. That is the very." And I couldn't. I laughed because I was thinking about I never called jelly sweets jelly. I always call her jam. For the same reason Mother Susan was telling me about what she got from me and on my counter. When you care to send the very best, always send a Hallmark. But I want to talk to you guys because we're getting ready for our ceremony. I'm going to do some graveyard work in Miami, and but pick up some things, and I might as well send them down there get Minister Mario's flowers, so I don't have to. backtrack. Hopefully get some ass, but if that don't happen, it's all good. Praise God. God is good and ass is good. Anyway, to each and every one of y'all, much love to each and I want to talk about this because this is a Bible study night and this is significant. And black people don't think it's significant. And I teach universal laws because the universal laws apply to each and every one of you guys. And for those that have left, we had 22 people in here. Anytime you chime in, it helps my channel. Whether you stay a second or 50 minutes. I want to talk about this, and to all of you that took the classes and that are really going over these videos, you're going to be up to speed. And one thing that black people don't understand is what I'm going to teach today and how significant it is. When you think you're not helping me, you're still helping me. Because I'm a part of something greater than myself and my name. And my subject today, on this afternoon, on Wednesday, is black people are not a monolith in magic or the ATRS. And one of the people that I follow on YouTube is Craig, the writer, Stewart. But they were talking about it in the context of black people, but not spiritually. And I deal with a lot of clients, different backgrounds. And one of the things that I understand about spirituality is that we're all not a monolith. And a monolith is a large single upright block of stone. And a lot of times when it comes down to magic, spirituality, ATRs, not just people think black people are monolith. Black people think they're a monolith. And I'm going to explain this. Just because you're melanated, just because you have 666, just because you have melanin, you can't do everything. This is why I put in here, this is why black people are trying to do things on their own. This is why you will find black people, because they're melanated, they're children of the sun, they will try to self-initiate without respecting universal laws. I do understand the propaganda around and also the misuse and the mishandling of elders when it comes to these initiations, ebos, and so forth, whether Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo. But sir and Mary, you are still affected by universal laws. And just like Yahshua could not baptize himself in water, just like Nicodemus was in error trying to figure out how he was going to be born again, just like I, Chief Apostle Samuel Jr., cannot give myself orishas or cauldrons. It's called energy transfer. What's up there, my tree Rhonda in the house? What's up, Raina in the house? Gemini. I got my Aries and I want to talk to you. I got you, Jelly, with the instant burn. Let me tell y'all something. Long as you sending money, I promise you I pay attention. But thank you so much. I can't transfer them into my account until I see PayPal or Zelle. Or y'all Zelle go directly in my account. But anyway, let me explain why this is so important. We have, as black people, melanated people, we have different measures. We have different functions. We have different operations, and we have different destinies. So that in itself makes us not a monolith. What makes us a monolith is that we all receive a divine spark, whether it is in goddess form, divine feminine, or God form, which is divine masculine, or argon energy, which you're coming from the nexus, or the void, or the abyss, dealing with raw dark matter, which is carbon. Because you got to break this down to a lot of ignorant ass people that are melanated. Just because you're initiated in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo, your spiritual makeup still affects, your ancestry still affects what you have the ability to do in any ATR. This is why you're going to see black people feeling like if she can do it, or I can, or he can do it, I can do it too. Not considering universal laws. This is not about hindering you from anything. That's what black people feel. Somebody trying to keep me. I have a client that he was told that he could not receive Cieto Rios and Palo. And this is the way I get around. I did tell him to get a second opinion, but this is how I get around not disrespecting people's divination or their reading, even if I personally see something different. Especially when somebody come to me from somebody else. I can minister to their needs without degrading or harming their relationship with said Tata, Mumbo, Hugon. I deal from a universal perspective. Thank you, Raina, for being here on your lunch break. But they're going to be a replay. The reason why black people cannot function like they're supposed to be based off of their design is because they keep listening to other people that have had bad experiences in the ATRs, and they feel like they don't have to go by the rules and regulations of those things. Just because you disagree with your parents' rule, just because you later on find out it was an individual rule based off their parenting, does not mean that you as a parent don't have to have rules. Either your rules are going to be more restrictive or loose. It don't matter. You still got rules. If you don't raise your kids the same way that your parents raised you, doesn't mean you ain't got rules. That's what you got to respect. Every man and woman have a right to have their particular rules because of the methodology in their life. One may be more confined and one may be more liberal, but there's still rules. There's still regulations. Based off of somebody's economics, they may have different set of rules. I always told my kids, if you got something you need from me, if it ain't an emergency, give me 2 weeks. Because I got paid every week. And so give me 2 weeks notice if you can. I do realize things happen as they got older and growner and got more responsibility. So I still have rules when it comes down to asking me for my money. I'm trying to get out some wisdom. When it comes down to the ATR, based on the Tata, the Mumbo, the Hugon, and their lovers' experience, and also what they have in their spiritual court. I was talking to my padrino, and so I'm receiving Bata and Inlay, the doctor and the nurse of Orisha. And I talked to him about Kimbanda and some other things that I wanted to add to our Amwar in these traditions. Because I'm retired now, and magic has been my life, but it's going to be my time that I spend the rest of my life acquiring different abilities to help my flock, my godchildren, so to be, and my crowning mechanism. I believe what my mom told me. It's better to have a tool and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I want to still grow in this religion, in voodoo, all these traditions. And so I want to also get initiated in Kimbanda, because I have different kinds and people that want various of things. Because I'm connected with the 9 realms of the spirit, and I have the time to go through these initiations. I have the help. I am also have the time to recover from these ceremonies, not being rushing into ceremonies like I was, because I had to work. Now that I'm a retiree and I'm 52 years old, I am getting certain things in position, so it makes it easier, not easy, for melanated people that choose to come through me to get the best quality of their workings and their tools. This is why people that are part of my membership, this is why people that are part of the workings that I do are going to get the best benefit of even a Ligba, because black people are not a monolith. Everybody does not have the same measure, and in that measure, that doesn't mean that person has perfected their measure. People don't have the same skill set, and if they do, that doesn't mean they perfected their skill set. I want melanated people, and especially my tribe and my congregation and people that follow me more consistently. The mere fact that you think that all melanated people are a monolith as a black man or a black woman is your level of ignorance. And this is why you see black people out here doing hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lacuma, and Congo, and Obia, as though they're a monolith, feeling that I can do what he or she does because I have the essence of a goddess, or I have the essence of a god, not understanding you have a particle of the divine, a divine spark. You don't have the spirit without measure. You don't have divinity without measure. Come on, black people. So therefore, you don't think you have to have certain bridges that you need to cross. You don't have to pay certain trolls for using their bridges. And you think you're going to come up with another pathway into the kingdom other than the pathway or the foundation that was already laid, called universal laws. You don't have to practice magic the way I practice magic, but you still have to respect the universal laws for manifestation. You think that you don't have to go through certain portals or gateways, or people that have those jurisdictions based off of their Ache, their Chi, their Prana. I never told any of my clients, any of my people that are following me, that you cannot burn a candle. Never said that. I didn't say you can go through Amazon and get you some incense. I didn't say that. I didn't say you can go down to the Botanica and get you a Hot John the Conqueror. Didn't say that. I didn't say that I had the only dick in the universe. But I did say that I got some good dick. And I got some testimony behind that. I didn't say I was the only man or woman out here eating pussy. I didn't say that either. But I'm very hard to beat. Because I execute with excellence. And my motivation is very different than other men and women. I say that I will pull the literal spine out of your father, your granddaddy, and beat his back down. I didn't say that I was the only one that understood that your dad and your grandfather and your great-great-granddaddy had a spine. I didn't say that. Say what I said. Say what I implied. Say exactly what came out of my mouth. Because you feel like we are a monolith. And you don't see the necessity of learning up under other people. Because you think that you got what we all got. We all come with spirits. If you're an air sign, you got, but you don't have a monolith. You may be a Gemini, but you don't have everything that every Gemini has, because we are all individuals and we all have different makeups in our energy, even though we are air signs, water signs, earth signs, and fire signs. Also, our training, how we came up, how we were taught or were not taught, is going to affect our outcome. Even though Rhonda is an Aries, I maximize Aries energy better than she does. I have way more knowledge and skill with Aries, even though my moon is in Aries and her sun, Ibasa, is in Aries. I can utilize your gift and your energy way superb, more than you can. Because I have more. I have greater measures. I have a greater skill set. And where I don't have the economics, I have the experience. Where you don't have the experience or the economics, I have the economics to get the things. And people are going to honor me differently in these initiations than they're going to honor you. So I'm going to get a different aspect of Risha, Loa, Nkisi, and Pungo because of who I am. Yes, I'm a YouTuber making money. What's that laugh at? That's why, and that same ignorant shit is same thing when people say I'm a UPS driver. You think I'm an Amazon driver. The reason why you don't know the difference between an Amazon driver, a UPS driver, a DHL driver, or a any service company, because you don't know the economics behind a UPS driver. You don't understand that I'm not making $15 an hour. You don't understand that I retired from UPS as a full-time UPS driver. You don't understand that I've been making over $100,000 a year. So when a Amazon driver or FedEx driver retires, they live very different lifestyles. Very different. The fact that you don't know that I come from money. So I have utilized my economics more profoundly than the average UPS driver. Some of them are in better places than me because they got some of the same background. Once again, everybody's not all black people are not a monolith. And you can work that to your favor, or you can lose the advantages that you were born with, you were offered. I let my flock, I let my tribe, I let my clients know what they have advantages by working with me. I don't demand anybody to work with me. I tell them the benefits, and they make a grown man or woman decision. This is very important. For you to go out there and find you another root worker, for you to think that they're going to be the root worker that I am. Sad to say. You can always find another dick, but you will not be able to find the best dick. My second wife told me, she said, you must have got a diamond tip on that dick. I said, I'm glad you know. I'm the driller. This head is going to. I'm hell on wheels mining a cave. If I can't drill it, it can't be drilled. Just like all black people ain't alike, all dick ain't alike, all pussy ain't alike, all ass ain't alike. And this is where black people get the jealousy and the envy. I want y'all to understand where this comes from. Because if black people didn't think they can do what you do, they wouldn't feel a certain type of way when you outshine them. I like my threesome, my orgies, but I ain't come there to break up a happy home. I need y'all to stay together so I can enjoy both of y'all. I ain't here to disrupt or crack or fracture not a goddamn thing. The reason why I was attracted to y'all was because y'all allowed me to come in. See, some of y'all don't realize you gonna mess up your good thing trying to not be a good side piece. You don't know how to operate as a third wheel. I want to talk to some black people. You don't know how to be a good disciple. You don't know the rewards that come behind being a student. See, I'm gonna benefit from being a godchild. See, some of y'all think it's all about being the head of something. Oh my God. See, I don't have to worry about what my padrino and my oba have to worry about. I can be a godson. They got to bring it because I'm a very, very good godson. Huh? In Palo, I'm a student of the craft. You're gonna bring it. I'm gonna have you calling me back and texting me talking about, nah, wait, godson, let me get back to you. You ever had when you on that ass and somebody hold you back because you handling it so profoundly that they got to put brakes on you? You ever had somebody to put brakes on you? Probably not. But I have. Hold on. Wait. Am I hurting you? No, it's just that good. Just hold on, let me breathe. You ever had somebody tell you that? I have. I want my conjure, because I told y'all my conjure and my sex hand in hand. I love the testimony that I get behind my conjure. I realize we're not a monolith. And this is why people try me the way they try me. Because they think they can go and find that outside of me. I've heard from other conjurers and mystics and necromancers and people of our said tradition saying that they have never seen anything like me. They have never seen ancestors that were so powerful and accurate and had not been crowned. They have never seen the ability that I have with Loas. And they've been initiated long before I was. See, I know my stats. Do you know yours? Are you just out here saying what you is and what you can do, and you haven't been tested? I've been tested by the testers. That's why I know what I can do. And I'm encouraging you to understand why black people are out here doing what they're doing. And you ain't gonna change them until they run into that brick wall. And they may not even change then. But to live your spiritual life as though we all have the same thing and can do the same thing, you're never gonna learn. You're never gonna get the benefit out of other people that you could. The more you go around here and say, I'm a woman like she a woman, or I'm a man like she a man, or he a man, that's you comparing yourself to other people that are individuals. I'm going to say that again. We're in the age of Aquarius. For you to say that is to go against the principle of that Aquarius prides themselves on. If you talk to an Aquarius, being an individual is one of the greatest attributes of an Aquarius. They're not like no other Aquarius. They don't even want to be compared to other Aquarians because they ain't the same. They recognize individuality. You may not. You may look at me and say, since he can do it, I can do it. That's why some of y'all got stretch marks right now. Not because you got your thighs beat down. You got stretch marks for trying to step like somebody else was stepping. You pulled a muscle, a spiritual muscle, trying to step like somebody else was stepping. Because it didn't look that difficult when they did it. It didn't look that challenging when they did it. When they spoke it, you saw what happened. Now you out there speaking. You speaking and spitting. All that spit you trying to do conjure, I suggest you suck a dick or eat some pussy. Because that's all your saliva going to be able to wet. You can't control the elements like that. You ain't been perfected like that. You don't see a need for schooling because you think you here to teach. But what makes me a good teacher is because I've been a good student. I'm still a student. I got Padrino ass and Oba ass going. You told me you had 45 years. I don't mind what anybody can tell me their experience. You have to show me that. And you better not have no confusion because you said you experienced. That's why when I make a mess up, I clean it up quickly, fast, and efficiently. As though it never happened. That's the point of dealing with somebody with experience. It don't mean stuff don't happen. It don't mean situations don't happen. But their ability, because of their familiarity, they can clean up stuff, repair stuff, restore stuff, and heal stuff as though it had never happened. And if that ain't something you trying to benefit from, that ain't something you trying to learn from, I'm not your man. I'm not fit to keep repeating stuff over and over and failing and failing and failing. I don't do that. That don't intrigue me at all. Black people would not be out here trying to self-initiate. They would not be out here trying to self-teach if they didn't really believe that we all alike. I had Mother Susan was there when a young lady told me We may be going down different paths, but we gonna end up in the same place. When people talking out their ass, I don't say nothing. I keep on doing my thing. And I asked Mother Susan, I said, did we end up in the same place? She said, no, sir. See, I let a bitch say whatever they got to say. A nigga can say whatever they got to say. If we the same, we gonna end up at the red light together. But if we don't end up in the same place with the same stuff, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm Kurt Franklin. Someone asked a question. I'm gonna ask you a question, and please answer me in a timely manner, cause I didn't make your mouth say that. Black people, you can do and say whatever you want to say, but when it's tried and tested, be man enough, be woman enough. My Stormer said that's embarrassing. You'd be surprised at the things that people done said. When black people feeling themselves, I tell you, when I say black people, they get a couple dollars. They ain't got to hit the $1 million mark. They get an extra $40, and you can't tell them shot. Huh? They get some new furniture from Big Lots. You can't tell them nothing. They get them a brand new Chevette. They hard to handle. They mess around, I ain't say a degree. They get a certificate. They want a sign and a desk. I'm talking about my people. He mess around and make somebody come one time. Out of all his living, and now he want to sell books about orgasms. I'm talking about our people. Our people. They done rented a room at the hotel and telling people can't nobody move them. They don't own no property, don't own no house, but they out there telling people what way they ain't gonna go. I'm talking about our people. You don't rented a room for a couple of days, and you out here trying to put your foot down. Our people. Oh, Apostle Healing. I got the same books you got. And what that's supposed to mean? Why do we think that? I went and bought everything you all show us online, and you still don't have my Isaiah 10:27. It said because of the anointing. It didn't say because of the herbs, the oils, or the candles. It said because of the anointing, the yoke shall be destroyed and the burden be removed. I'm trying to figure out what that's supposed to mean. Why do black people feel like, believe like, oh, I'm just as much woman as you. I got a husband. You the one got to be a wife to him, not me. Y'all just stepped out there in the water, and the water was cold. Chilled your natural body, but didn't disturb your soul. And now you ready to walk on water like Peter and Jesus. Only black people. Only black people. I had a member of my church, and I was talking. I said, God is not going to let me lay here in pain. And then a few seconds later, he sent a healing virtue through my body, and the pain was gone. He thought that was awesome. And rightfully so. He said that he went home that night, he was laying in pain. And he said God is not going to allow him to lay there in pain. He said a few minutes passed by, nothing changed. He said, let me get up here and get my medicine. It might sound good what I be saying, but there's manifestation behind what I be saying. I've encouraged people not to do what I do, because what I do will get you killed if you ain't really anointed and empowered and skilled. I say that, but you still somehow, because you don't listen to enough of my videos, you think you really got it. We're not a monolith. I specifically and I express why I'm able to do what I do. And it's not because of me, it's because of the anointing. It's because of how I have been set up to walk on this earth. That's the only reason. To God be the glory, the divine mother and divine father. Ego. That's why I'm so grateful and why you see me always displaying so much honor on my spirit. Because I understand why I'm standing. You the one think we all alike. And you don't want to give proper homage and honor to people, places, and things that are out here making things happen for you. You don't show gratitude because you feel like you're going to learn so much and you're not going to need Apostle Eden. As long as I'm living, you're going to need me, because I'm growing and evolving too. I like what Demetrius said. He said, I'm sticking with you because I'm going to level up through you. That don't bother me. I don't have no problem with nobody leveling up and leveling up and leveling. When you know where your help come from, and you know that we're not all the same, and that you can actually advance in different spaces and places in your own individuality because you got wisdom. For all of y'all that think my son said, I'm moving to California. One of the reasons he moved. He said, I'm tired of walking in your shadows. He in California and still walking in my shadows. I'm going to say it again. He said he left Florida and went to California because I hadn't made a mark in California. To get out of my shadow. And still in my shadow. Because I'm known worldwide. Not just in California. I have people from California be in my life. I'm just trying to tell y'all something. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. Where can you run? Where can you hide from the presence of the Lord? And if I'm one with the universe, I'm everywhere. I'm in everything. I'm like T.S. Madison. I'm everywhere. I'm watching everything. You can't do nothing with somebody that is truly anointed and empowered by the divine. And whatever I don't have, he gonna make sure I get it. She gonna make sure I get it. Oh, yeah, is on my head. Babalu Aye is on my head. Huh? My mother and my father are my foundation. Virgo and Cancer. I'm an individual. You should be too. And you should be proud to be an individual. And develop yourself to nobody can compare to you. Or want to compare to you. I'm going to get out of here because I got to eat. And I got to get on the road. All you that don't have your candles, get your candles for the liquor bar. If you want to do other offerings, do a lekbah. If I'm not mistaken, my Ryan, my Virgo, my Libra, and my Virgo is going to come down for Sunday service. So if you want to come to the church and be a part of it, toys and candy for the lekbah. If you're working with Arisha, toys and candy. If you're working with Papa Legba, he's not a child, but he does receive candy. Stop mixing these traditions because you think you know so much. I like what Raina said, writing checks, they ass can't cash. And you ain't in my family. That's how I heard that in my family. Before I left and got married, I heard about that. Some of us acting like that don't apply to us. Do what I do. Check your account before you swipe, before you write. Check and make sure your balance can cover that. You can do that naturally and spirit. Just before you swipe, just check your account again and make sure that that's feasible. Some of y'all out here spitting words out your mouth, you ain't check your balance. And some of y'all know y'all balance don't cover what you just got to saying. You hoping you can fake and bluff somebody. Everybody ain't worried about what you say. They worried about what you can do. And they gonna call your ass to the carpet. These are here for melanated people. Every video I do is to help educate and give knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. What you do with your life, sir and ma'am, I don't. I'm 52 years. I promise you I don't care. If you don't want it for you, I don't want it for you either. All right? I'll see y'all later.